I've known for 15.
We're live to YouTube, Facebook,
And
and
then,
Instagram, just so people are aware.
I just go into the laundromat, so I said, "You're going to do laundry?" He said, "Yeah, sure." So I took the laundry, and then it went in the washer, and then came out of the dryer, and I opened the dryer. I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And I brought it home. I was like, "Dude, like, no, I didn't. I went home without it. Dude, like, I did laundry, and there was tubes in my laundry." So we went back to the laundromat. And I just left it there. I think I pulled it out of the machine and put it on the counter. And it was still there when we got back. He was so mad at me.
Yeah.
And I was helping him. My other two stories, Dax. Dax went back to the revent center and he mailed me his
Oh.
and his wallet and his
We're a little early.
And because they had my address at the revent center, we just moved down the hallway, so my neighbor used to get my mail all the time, and he accidentally opened up this package that had a wallet and keys. He's like, "This guy's with the mafia." Like, he was so upset with me.
Yeah. Yeah, my Nova just lost her first kid.
Oh.
So instead of putting $1 under her bed, we put bubble gum in a Ziploc bag.
Nice.
Just wrote no. Brought on.
Did you keep the tooth that came out?
No.
Because that'd be a fun trick.
Yeah.
You put a tooth under the bed and get up, and his wife's
Bigger, it's
like,
huge. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That'd be good.
All right.
Okay, Rich.
"Okay, we'll see you next week."
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, so it's Rumble 586. We are just getting started. We're a little early, which is weird for us. Usually we're running late. One thing
It
that's
is summer.
it is summer. Hi.
Is
It is
this,
summer.
would you say, is this our third last or second last non-school day rumble?
We don't talk about that.
But how many non-school day rumbles are there?
I think it's only next week because we're back in
Okay.
class the one after.
Okay.
But
So if
not
you
with
want to
the
join
kids.
us at our best.
Actually, it took us all summer to get to our best. The ones before were like just ragged, and then this one was the first one that we're not like, "Where's the cable?" Okay, but we're doing good. So if you have been seeing online, this is the first in a series of shows that we're going to be putting up from Dr. John's collection. So people watching online, first of all, we're online to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you could hit share, then more people would hear me say these things. We are showing off Dr. John Lacey's collection of Rich's pieces, which is a pretty wonderful trip to go on. The ones we have up now are pieces that Rich did in the auction, so 2-hour pieces. And figure drawing. We're looking at some of them. We did closed figure drawing when COVID started because we didn't know what else to do on the Thursday. And I just saw a face in that one in the top corner. Anyway, so yeah,
Mom?
lots of a face in that top corner there. I never saw the girl's face before.
Oh, that's?
Yeah.
I do that.
So yeah, I would say come down on Wednesdays and see the new pieces that are being put up all the time. And we are going to start with the land acknowledgement. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Tsutena, the Ithkabi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation, guided by truths, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands and who now call this place home. So we are so grateful. Thank you, everyone, for coming down. Hello. And hello. Welcome. Come on in. We're just starting the show. So come down in person if you're watching online if you can, because the work up on the wall is just lovely. And we're going to start by looking at some pieces of inspiration. And we've been talking about well, maybe not Dante. Here, do you want to flip through? We found, when we were cleaning, we found this really cute little French English dictionary. And
Do you want to come inside?
there's like cute phrases.
Community art space,
Kind of.
or is it a gallery?
Kind of.
It's also kind of a circus. Oh, look! To live from hand to mouth. Vivre au jour le jour. That's funny. That is the phrase in French. So it's really cute because there's this whole section of idioms. To live in clover. Autre comme un coquin pâté. That sounds weird. I don't know how to speak French, so this is perfect for me. But it's just the cutest little thing. And there's words from English to French, but then there's cute little idioms and then dialogue. And specifically, if you have to go to a hotel, it has little sayings of like how to like ask for help at a hotel. It's very specific. So to live hand to mouth in French.
The top of that looks exactly like my junior high French English dictionary.
Right? It's
Like the writing on the binding
Oh.
of it, or the side of it.
Yeah. right? There's always the red ink and then,
Just had the idea to put on my workout.
oh wait, in case.
This wall, that wall.
Yeah, actually, it's like a case of
If lost, return.
Yeah. And then I've been having run-ins with like lots of lovely birds. We were on a motorcycle ride the other night and we were up by 14th Street heading north and all of a sudden it got really quiet and this owl just went right over us, kind of by Sandstone. And when we were coming back down, I was like, oh, I wonder if the owl's still flying around this one area. And it was. We were coming back down 14th Street and it flew right over us again and my mind was just blown. So that owl was in my head and then I saw an osprey on our other bike ride. So I feel like there's a lot of beautiful bird moments happening. And this is a really cool book. Second piece of inspiration is the bullfinch.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, have you guys been in?
This is a really beautiful book of birds, 12 birds to save your life. So that's a good one. So living hand to mouth, a bullfinch.
She pulls 3 random ideas, paint for 2 hours and actually.
And we've been talking about Dante's Divine Comedy, and this is William Blake's illustrations. And there's this illustration where he was talking to the devil, and the devil just looked so nice. So I was like, he just seems like a great guy. I don't know.
Well, you're very brave to just roll in. So yeah,
Here.
you can make art.
It's my first time too. I've got some.
This
did I.
is the hellhounds hunting the destroyers of their own goods. So there's an image of a like bird. I don't know. It's like a bird lady too. Kind of like bird lady moments. So I don't know. There's French English dictionary translation. There's the bullfinch, and there's the hellhounds hunting the destroyers of their own goods. From Dante's Inferno. We are going to make art for 2 hours. And then we're going to have an auction at 9 o'clock.
Nice.
And I would suggest if you're watching us at home, it is just too much fun. You should come down. If you're in another city, obviously, this is good. We'll try to do our best to share the awesomeness with you. And I think that's all. I think that's all. Okay, thank you.
Kelly, I have some questions for you. Can you hear me? Oh, was that muted the whole time?
Well, these guys heard me.
Yeah, we heard you. It could be. Not sure.
I'll repeat everything I just said. Look,
Yeah.
this I won't do everything, but look, to live hand to mouth. Vivre au jour le jour. I probably said that wrong.
Does it say down here like Kelly? Well, hello, Steve. Could you guys hear us at all?
And bullfinch was the second one.
Wait, is that plugged in? Let's just see.
I tested the Yeti. It was working.
I don't think that's possible. When did you test the Yeti?
When I went into the... Oh, that was
But it was on mute.
That's funny.
Okay, I do have questions for you if you're out there, Kelly.
Okay. Let us know if you have any questions, but we'll get our art supplies out and we'll start making artwork.
There's
And-
a couple people in here that are new. If you could just go say hi to them.
Oh, sure. Should we leave the sound on then, so people can? So yeah, essentially we're just gonna start making art, and let me know if you need anything. I'm not very good at this explaining things. Hi, have you been here before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, fine. So we spin a wheel and I get 3 random pieces of inspiration, but people can just work on whatever they like to do. Or if you're just coming to watch, like, that's good too. And the stuff up on the wall is purchase pieces. So this is
very cool pieces.
all of
Wait till you see
our
this.
manufacturers.
Really?
These might.
So
Yeah,
these
these pieces here are like rumble pieces, so
Yeah.
we have like 50 more in the back that we're going to be kind of rotating through.
Really?
Yeah. I was like blown away. I was like, I didn't know it was this good. But,
And then
Yeah.
we'll do
and I look at it and I'm like, I don't know how I do that.
So if I want a piece, like,
No, they're all sold. All
They're all
these are
sold,
Dr.
yeah.
John's pieces. Yeah.
oh, okay.
You could contact him. Hey, Kelly, can you hear me?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, sorry. Kelly, can you hear me? Kelly, can you hear me?
Always like whatever you
so nice.
That's totally up to you. So artists that they're
Kelly, can you hear me?
goes to the artist and half the sale goes just to pay rent and keep it free. So Rich and I
Is there any new?
well, like $5. Oftentimes, if I do a small embroidery, I'll say minimum bid $5. Some of like when we have like it's totally up to the artist. So sometimes Rich will have a huge painting on a canvas and be like minimum $5 because he just wants to have it in people's houses and like move it. And really, it's like we leave it up to the artist because we want everyone to make sure that they're feeling valued because it's like everyone has different like ideas and different like values really like if your values are to just like I just want someone to have it and be happy then that's awesome if you want to like
Hi, Rich. I'm just on the phone, but I'm here.
Okay, Kelly, I have some questions, okay?
Okay, can you wait 1 second?
I want you to tell me what sounds best for the room ambiance. Can you hear Jess at all?
I can hear Jessica.
Okay, I'm going to give you A.
What?
This is A.
I can hear A.
Okay, can you hear Jess talking at the far end of the room?
Kind of.
B.
yeah
How do you like B?
if you're totally open to
B's
whatever,
okay.
B is better?
then
Yep.
You like B better than A?
Yes.
Can you hear Jess talking at the other side of the room?
Yeah, just hold on, Rich.
This is C. Do you like better B or C? It's like an eye exam. This is
B.
C. This is B. Hello.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here now.
I'm thinking that. What are you gonna do?
B is good.
This is C.
Okay.
C is better.
C is better than B?
Yep.
What about Jess?
I can hear Jess.
Okay, what about this is D?
I can barely hear her.
D is this is C.
C
C's better than D?
is better than D.
What?
C is better than D.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's what we had it on before.
Okay.
Who's Dr. John? Who's Dr.
Dr. John Macy is a guy
Every
who
single Wednesday
has
until
been
December,
live and
so we
supporting
didn't tell you, like,
a
we're
lot
we're not
of the
resending our
artwork
lease
since we
in
started.
December. It is the
Really?
end date for this space,
And so all those pieces
we're
back
kind of
there as well,
evolving
right?
and shifting it to a
Sorry?
Those are his? All the ones back there as well, right?
This wall,
So, but
Yeah.
every single one.
this
I went to
wall,
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, and let me know if you need anything. There's a safe there. And there's like cups for drinking.
here, come, we'll show you what the rest is gonna
For
look
like
like.
painting.
Do you have maybe spare brushes?
Let's see. I'm gonna look at the back. I'm sure we do. I just. Teru.
Don't give my brushes away.
No, is there? Oh, where's that? This. This one.
Let's see.
Where's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Right?
that's perfect.
Looks like there's a range.
Okay, what were the themes?
Bullfinch.
Bullfinch.
Look. Bullfinch.
Bullfinch.
Look how
Uh-oh.
cute. Bullfinch.
Nice, yep.
Look, this one. Lots of
Wow.
Yeah. There's some extra. Do you want all of them? Just pick one.
I mean,
Or do you have some? Yeah, right? Or like chalk pastel or something. I'll leave
Oh,
it.
that's nice.
Yeah. I've seen people use like, yeah, those face sponges and stuff.
The
With like
problem
the
is-
cover top.
I'm more digital artist,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not quite confident in using this.
Oh, this is like a fun place to play too, right? So that's like
Yeah,
that's
true.
awesome. I love that. Okay, you tell me if you'd like me to put tunes on, or if we have lots of people online.
Okay. I didn't know you were gonna sit there.
Hi, sorry,
Uh,
Zach. I forgot to send you the link.
What are you saying?
Oh, I forgot to send Zach the link.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Is this good?
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Oh yeah. Here, I'm gonna move this.
Yeah, I am sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Okay. What are the themes?
Well, from the French English dictionary, I got the idiom to live hand to mouth,
Hand to mouth. It's different than foot to mouth.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then, but in French. And
What's
then,
French for foot to mouth?
I don't know, foot, it is something. And then look, this is the picture that I got from Dante's Inferno,
Okay.
bird lady.
Yeah.
And then the bullfinch was another bird.
I don't love any of those. Can I have another one? Give me a French one.
Sure. Midday, midnight. Oh, there's times. Asking for the time. To make believe. Faire semblant.
To make believe.
To make
I'm
ceremony.
back.
Faire, faire de facon. To make faces. Faire de grimace.
Well, like that.
It's a sword. Oops.
To make game of. Se moque de. To make great preparations.
Mhm.
To make one's mind.
Mountains. Yay.
To play anyone a trick.
More mountains.
Hey, Zach.
More mountains.
I'm putting up all the pieces that Dr. John purchased.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
Have
bet
you
that's
seen
an enormous collection.
It is. So the gallery is full right now, and this is probably the first of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
This fox, though, what? Ooh. I did see a show. I didn't watch it all the way through. It was a video you were going through. That's the new show.
Yeah. This one's just up for tonight, and then we're going to start documenting and packing things away. And it's going to take a few months to show them all because it's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know that feeling when you pull all your work out and you haven't looked at it, you're like, wow, who did this? It's good.
Yeah. No, totally. No, yeah.
So I actually am going to sit down with these pieces because I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take notes about like, oh, I forgot to do this. Like, oh, I stopped thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a main weakness, like a thing you forget all the time?
Oh, interesting.
I'm so bad. I'll paint for form and shape and hue, but what I'm really bad at is luminosity.
Mm,
I'm not
mhm.
bad at painting luminosity. I'm bad at remembering to include that in my
Put it
painting.
in. Put a little shoulder highlight in, or the
I just forget
Yeah.
about it. Like
Yeah.
it's like a low priority for me.
yeah.
And I just wish I did a better job of like noticing that it's time.
I always go details too
Are
soon.
you-
I'm doing pretty well.
Hello.
It's been a weird week
Oh.
with my brother.
Oh yeah.
He's not even talking to me.
Oh no,
But
from last.
guess what?
He was watching online.
I owe 123,500. So he's not even looking at my texts. The first thing I put down was a $122.5 going to you. He answers me within 3 minutes.
I'm so
This
Maybe
this
done a little
is-
differently this time around.
I know. Well, that'll work out. It's
It
like
always does.
I'm trying to be
How you doing?
friendly.
Yeah. That's nice. That's all you can do.
No,
I just
think
swallowed a
could be
teeth particle.
A tea particle.
Yeah.
We have your
That'll
other
happen.
2 from last week. They're 2 full.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This one I'm just trading out. Let's see if that one sells still.
Felix was looking at his all week. He was like, "This is just my favorite one." He said, "I really love." Like he was just talking about the color of the metal. He was
Oh, yeah.
talking about the stone. He was like,
That's cute. I love that. I'm gonna try selling this one today. This one's a little prettier, I think.
"Oh wow." Oh, what stone is that?
Moonstone.
Moonstone?
Rainbow Moonstone.
That is so gorgeous.
Peridot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Or peridot. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
some people pronounce it one way, some people pronounce it the other way. But yeah, instead of doing the wider veil, I did like a kind of skinny looking veil. See if people
Bring
like
it.
that.
You should put it right in front of this camera.
In front of the camera right
Tell
now.
all the people.
Okay, hello. I made a couple new little pendants. I did the veils a little differently today. If you can see it.
Oh, that gets rid up close, eh?
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's double-sided, this one. And then there's this one here. It's another square stone from that necklace that I upcycled. You can see it pretty good. So there's those guys available. And yeah,
Very cool. What's the starting price on those?
Come
the
on in.
like starting price?
Yeah, reserve.
Usually start. This one will probably start
Have you guys
at
been in there?
15, and then this one will probably start at 20.
Okay.
What we do every
I may have to-
Wednesday is,
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're real pretty.
I love stones. So,
Oh, yeah. This one's nice. This one's from last week.
yeah.
This one's larva kite, which is also known as Norwegian labradorite.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even know.
I love how you laugh at the wire.
This is nothing compared to what I've done.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'll show you this piece too, real
And
quick.
then there was
This
Yeah.
one's really pretty.
this one.
Oh, like a woman would love that. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. Anybody would love that.
But
Oh yeah. I wear mine all the time.
Yeah,
Really.
why not? Yeah,
Everything I make, I wear for a couple days at least.
absolutely. Energy for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't call you crazy, but I think everything is essential.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everything is a sentient life force of energy.
Yes, absolutely. Everything
It's
vibrates.
all connected.
I think that makes sense amongst artists as well, right? Like
Yeah.
one thing I noticed is like I do this with the kids at school all the time. I sort of ask them at the first day who still has a teddy bear.
Right.
It's kind of hard for the hockey kids to admit it.
But most people.
Generally, if they signed up for art class, they still have a teddy bear.
I still have a teddy bear, and
And
I'm
the way I
32.
describe it is, I have a teddy bear. He's
I do. Yeah. I'm a little.
a couple months older than I am,
Yeah.
and his eyeball fell out.
Oh.
So I know he's just stuffed, but I also sort of feel like he can't see out of his left button.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So if you came to my house and threw my teddy bear on the floor and stomped on him, I would be mortified.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And when he lost his eye, I put it back on and it seemed fine. The second time he lost his eye, the back part of the eye button broke off. And so I had to stab a hole through the back of it to get the thread through. And I thought, well, he's blind in his left eye now. Now I know that his head is filled with stuffing and there was no connective tissue between the button and the head stuffing. But I still feel like he's blind in his left eye. And I eventually replaced the left, like the spinny eye thing,
Yeah.
with an actual button. Because it made more sense for him to be have a button eye for the blind one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love
But
that.
just that sense of humanity in an object, I think that's what art is. When you put a piece of yourself into an object, it becomes an art. And I actually think sometimes you gotta be really careful when you talk about craft, because craft people identify as craft people might get upset if you say it the wrong way, and that's totally valid.
Right.
But I think the difference, between, for me, when I'm making an art and when I'm making a craft, and there's lots of craft in my art and there's a lot of art in my craft, but when I make the decision, which is different, is
Right.
if I'm using my soul to create it, then it's art. And if I'm making it out of habit, then it's craft.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way.
Like I find I have a hard time selling my art. It's
Yeah.
part of me is in it.
Oh yeah.
Jess is more like that than
And
I am. I haven't had that luxury.
right.
I used to put a little bit of my own blood in all the paint that I painted with, so
Oh,
there's
that's-
literally a part of me. in
No,
a
that's
lot of my
alright.
other work.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of slide or something on my art, whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. So what are you doing? Do you have a plan?
I'm going with the theme of flake.
And we always have Thanksgiving
Playfulness.
dinners
I like
for people who like we call it the Islanders.
So next week you have more of your pieces, you said?
Here, I'll show you something.
It's really cool because.
But when I show you, you got to go to the camera
Right,
and try and describe what you saw.
okay, I will. Show me.
But we're still gonna have to here. It'll be for you. But yeah, we'll be here in the end and then start something new. But you're of course welcome to come and check stuff out every single Wednesday up until that point. There's always me and who's coming. You never know. It's always a different deal. So. And you Rich always says that.
Yes, I'll be here.
He likes more supplies in his 5-minute art lesson at some point too.
Perfect. This week I can kind of let it slide, but next
Yeah.
week anybody that doesn't show up is ruined.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
this
huge
is camera here,
blockade.
yeah.
This is
But
the
that's just our.
Everybody, there's lots of amazing, rich, art coming next week. Must come.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because
I only catch the goldfinch.
Oh yeah. That's the only one. That's the only one I was remembering too. I'm gonna grab this. There it is. Oh yeah. This was this is from Dante's Inferno, and I like that picture. Yeah, right. And I think it's in low harp. I do too. Richmond.
I married
That's where
one.
you have the magpie.
Yeah, yeah. And Rich went to San Diego and he saw the harpy, like that harpy eagle, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to bring Jessica back."
They're beautiful. That's true.
A shield in my
I
eyes.
think this was a detail with the pink.
Does this take, what type of paint does it
Oh,
actually
yeah, I think the camera's pointing
dry
down, but yeah,
quickly?
yeah, you're totally.
Yes.
You got to kind of fight with it if you're using something a little bit like watercolor.
Right,
But I like that. It's like you put the paint down
mm-hmm,
and you got to kind of like work it in, like it repels, and then when it goes in, it's nice. But it's like you got to fight with it.
So, a heat gun helps?
No, just you just keep laying it down, and then it takes.
Okay,
You just have to be like
Patient?
it's like it's resisting, and then it doesn't.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I've never tried painting on cross board or whatever.
I brought another patch today too.
Nice.
This one's in black instead of white.
Very nice.
I saw a friend about this with one of our friends who just like draws.
Yeah,
So, yeah. I think it was called traveling to San Francisco.
You know, this is
Yeah, we're till
a
December.
really
Oh,
big
it was the
painting. I
31st.
just
Oh,
finished
no, December. Okay, so
Today.
yeah, you have time.
This is an abstract cityscape technique.
Awesome.
So it's really big. So it's gonna be only painted in my bedroom.
Yeah.
You have all your pieces, right? I'm like always like
Yeah,
checking
yeah,
that I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I'm always trying to get everyone their
And I
stuff.
think I'm paid for date.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. I just want to make sure you grab your stuff.
Yeah, you did last week. I got it right away.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what I do here. Oh, I have your stuff though.
Yeah, I was gonna come get that
Woohoo!
today.
That's awesome. I'll grab it.
Unintentionally all nipple pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want
Here we
to
go.
take a picture right now? That's crazy having this much artwork up that's not for sale. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, I got so much up tonight. I can take tonight off. It's like, holy crap. I don't have anything for sale right now. I need to get working.
Yeah. Oh, when I walked in, I thought, wow, it's a rich extravaganza. Well, it is still.
Well, and
It's
it's
just
a couple
isn't-
times Jess has done this to me. So she sort of subversively arranged with Dr. John
Okay.
to surprise me with my own show.
Well,
And then on top of this, though, we're categorizing all the work and
Right.
documenting it as well. So,
8-10 minutes, right?
I mean, it's possible
Thank you so much.
yes.
that once this show comes down, none of these pieces ever get seen again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy frames for all these, I think.
So,
Yeah, we've been going to like Valley Village and stuff and like finding little vintage ones. It's so much fun.
Rich, are you going to turn them into a book?
What? Well, there is a book of Dr. John's collection, but he did it like 5 years ago. So this, I don't know, like I wouldn't be surprised. He probably might have it in a book, but there is a book of Dr. John's collection, and it's pretty fantastic. It's just that it's about half, yeah, but also I'm about a quarter of that book.
Yeah.
But it's also, he made the book.
Bulgarian?
Yeah.
He made the book a couple of years ago, so there's a lot
Moved here
more
from
pieces
England.
that he could have in the book if you wanted. Just,
Right.
I need an eraser and didn't know where to put them. It's totally my fault. Thanks.
I got you.
Has he had this stuff appraised?
What?
Has he had his work appraised? Obviously.
Like,
He's like a huge supporter of the Philharmonic as well. So,
like he keeps them in different places.
Okay.
One of my pieces is hanging next to a Turner.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
he's the appraiser.
Right. Yeah.
He's
He
the
built the
authority
value.
on,
Yeah.
on what's good.
Yeah.
Philharmonic.
Yeah.
Things with the
Have you ever had your pieces
And,
appraised?
so Naomi Lacey.
My work?
Yeah.
Is hanging at the
Well, I was hoping to get it done so that I could then take that appraisal to insurance and then get them insured. And then I have an enormous collection. I probably have 400 paintings in my apartment. So
Whose faith would you put that in?
That was nerve wracking.
There's a dozen appraisal groups out here. Everyone's horny for it. I think a lot of real estate appraisal guys that do it, and
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
and yeah, just get some appraisal paperwork to insure it, and then when it's insured,
She's right there.
then you can borrow against it.
So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Department of Appraised Work, it's insured. And
memorial piece to Naomi.
if I well some the debt, you can just take the work.
So
But did you guys get to know her?
never like we only
That was a scheme. Yeah, that was a scheme I was working on this year, but
different. Like he was already kind of not her.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
And so it's like we.
Not sure it's gonna shake out like that.
I'm just a bit of a snob, you know, like I would have to approve of my appraiser.
Like Dr. John
Yeah, yeah,
and Dr.
yeah.
Ron, and they all sent him photos.
I think with just
And how he did actually, so just make sure it was like he painted
I think it'd be a lot more analytical than we think. Like it's not like
one image, and that's the one he picked because they
the
all
quality of the spirit of the work or whatever. It's more just like,
it was perfect.
oh,
Yeah.
this
And so it's
product moves at this rate.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wanna have a kind of a pretty decent breakdown of that, there's a book by Steve Martin.
And he stayed
The comedian?
Yeah, but he's also an art collector.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
he's got
do this right now.
hello.
How are you? Nice
Don't
to
leave
see
without your
you.
speakers and your receiver.
Yes,
I
sir.
did give half of them away.
Okay.
Sorry. Take a look around the space though before you say anything. Just
This
look
is all Dr. John's collection of Rich's works.
Zach.
But not all of it.
Yeah.
Like a
So
little
it's
bit.
a
The
novel.
first part of it.
It's called Something About Beauty. He's got a book about his life, and then this is a fictional novel, but it's obviously based on like
And then
real
he started
stuff.
covering
Yeah.
up.
And the love interest in the book
And so
Oh,
it was like
is,
this forgetting, but all of the
um,
words are under the
an
words
art
that
appraiser
hidden, and
for,
she's just
like,
glowing in the middle,
Sotheby's
and it just gives me
or Saks or
I love that
something.
idea.
It's so beautiful.
And
What a great idea.
yeah. It's
he
really
kind of breaks down how they
My
do it.
mom,
That
Yeah.
actually, Zach, would be
Philharmonic,
ideal
from ages 9
for you
to 13.
if you
We
could
had-
take a
we had
year off
never- like, we went
and go
every-
out and apprentice or an internship
I
for
know.
4 years.
at like
Oh.
Sotheby's or something and
Wow.
learn. Because what you would learn is
That's powerful.
how they
Yeah,
price
it was a
artwork from the
great
sales
thing to,
position.
like,
Right.
look back
That would
very
be that.
fondly.
I'm going to send you a list of about 10 books you should
Yeah.
read if you're
Really
interested in selling your art for money.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read them because I'm against selling my artwork for money. But
You got to know your enemy.
we'll make a list. Yeah, well, one of them was so
Oh, yeah?
like
Yeah.
subversive,
Just
like it
like-
talked about how you
Fun,
could
like, you
fake
could, like,
a disability to try and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
garnish.
And those are
But like, so
fundraisers for
they
special
the
events.
whole
My friend and I
guy who had a
often-
stroke and became a millionaire.
It's so nice.
But
It was fun. I got tased
in
a
that
few
book, it
times.
also talked like there's a
Yeah.
really dirty one where
Like,
it's
were you
like
in
all
a
the dirty
project?
tricks.
No.
Just
Yeah.
for fun.
A perfect example is you would never, if you wanted to get into an art
Yeah.
gallery or like something kind of publicly funded,
Oh,
Yeah.
you never approach anybody who's in charge. You approach
Let me
an
show you a
assistant
picture.
who's looking to rise up the ranks. And
Oh.
somebody who's looking to make their mark and looking
I
for
saw this
something
picture.
to
I
get
was going to
behind,
ask
right?
you. What's
And
the story?
there's a whole there's a whole book
Aw,
on
you're
that,
so
like just the
cute.
deviant behavior of getting
That's so nice. Is this,
connected.
is this
Yeah.
Lady
And
Bird?
then
She
um,
lives in California.
there's another book by a lady who studied the life of Jim Henson and how he made money, and that's more of a gift
I met
economy
her.
book,
Over the weekend.
which is the direction
Oh
I
my
go.
goodness.
And then, like I said, that Steve
I
Martin
told you about
book
the cruise.
is basically
Right?
like they actually
Her
count
mom was on
things
the
like
cruise, and her mom was like,
places
"I
in
got the
America
perfect
where they're
girl
less
for you."
sensitive
And I
than
was
we
like,
are.
"Okay." She's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
We're
my
talking
daughter."
about like paintings from the 18th century.
So and
And,
nothing
uh,
happened
painting
until I
with,
went
like,
there.
one
And she brought her
teepee
daughter because I was
would be
going
worth
there.
this much, but if there's two teepees, there'd be even more.
Yeah.
And the number of teepees in the painting
I saw the picture. I was like,
dictates the value of the piece.
I've nonstop
That's
smiles.
And if it's the same thing with horses, or I think Steve Martin talks specifically about
That
teepees,
is
but
so lovely.
Yeah.
you know, if it's horses or what have you,
When she's
They
back
actually have
on
a
her phone, I'm gonna
formula
FaceTime her so you can meet her.
for
Oh, that's
pricing
cute.
your
You're
work,
gonna be the
but
first
exact
people to meet her.
way better
Yeah.
than hiring somebody to appraise your work. If you spend like a summer like interning in like
You can.
I just
one
like
of
I
those
saw a fly
places,
and then I felt
Mhm.
but it was a
or
really-
they even have a course you can take if you want to just go and take the course and get like a credit for being able to appraise things. It's not the sort of thing that artists often do, but it would certainly empower your journey.
Yeah, I like that. My
She's Air Force.
gotta send me the link to the Deviant one.
Deadpool assistant in the Air Force.
It's called
That's good.
Yeah.
So she's helping people in
Yeah.
accordance with their teeth.
My buddy and I were gonna make up a character, and we're gonna be terminally ill, and we're gonna be
I think it's called Make Art, Make Money.
make art, make money. Ooh,
Hold on.
God, I don't know.
We haven't had flies like all summer, and now it's been.
So take our thumbs out.
No, it's not. Make Art
Oh
Make
yeah,
Money is
they're
the one
not
about
like
Jim
dead
Henson.
from the
It's the one I
heat.
love.
Truth. Do you see? We actually used to have to hang those like fly
Oh,
strips
yeah.
from the ceiling when we had the figure drawing nights. We had like the fly
Nice.
strips hanging around the model. So they weren't just sold.
Also, 7 days in the art world's essential.
Sir.
I just, it's funny. I used to have a page of them, and I deleted it like yesterday at 3 a.m. Oh, okay, Zach.
Yeah.
It's called Making It in the Art World.
Okay.
And it's by Carey. Brainyard Carey.
Brainyard.
That's his name, Brainyard. You better be smart.
Sounds
Brainyard.
very intelligent.
Yeah.
Am I saying Bernard? How do you
Bernard.
B-R-A-I-N-A-R-D? Is it Bernard?
I think it's Brainyard.
Brainyard.
You
I'm
actually,
changing my name to Brainyard.
you actually probably said it right.
Brainyard.
What's his last name?
I used to want to be named Boneyard. Now I want to be Brainyard. Brainyard Carey, and he has the most deviant book on how to break into the art world if you're that way. I'm not selling it well, but I think
I'm not sure.
if your passion is to do it, then maybe you should read both and sort of split the difference.
Yeah. I mean, I want to do things
Oh,
as honestly as possible.
you'll love this book.
Sleep at night, but
Every time I go into chapters, I leave with an art book.
Oh, I
Like it
know.
costs me $120.
Every time.
Every time
I
walk
know.
in.
I know.
Well, we've been doing that for 12 years plus.
I know. It's
Every time
crazy.
somebody gives up their art collection, they
No,
bring
it's
us all
good
there.
though. Support the
It is a
artists,
good
and
thing.
it's just great.
There's worse things to spend
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, actually, all kidding aside, like, what are you saving your money for if it's not for books and art and records? You know?
Well, since I quit drinking, I got so much extra money.
That's exactly it.
It's like, wow.
Isn't that the truth? Owls are so funny.
no, they're
What am
not.
I gonna do with my collection of art books?
Well, sell them to me.
No, on sell it to Scott.
That's why.
There we go. No, I'm serious. I collect art books. Totally.
Quite a few, and I'm trying to downsize.
Oh, wow.
After the days.
Georgia, what was the beginning of your downsizing journey?
Sorry,
What was the beginning of your downsizing journey?
turning 85.
Okay. Let's,
Turning 80. That's fair. Like,
I don't think that's for 20 years from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be nice? I'm starting to look at all this stuff like Meals on Wheels and, places where you can transition from independent to assisted to take care of dying here.
right. Well, you got a long way. You're
I
okay.
think. Oh, I wish.
I'm kind of planning to, well, not planning, but sort of planning around having to live out of a shopping cart by the time my Meals on Wheels is going to be like also where I'm camping at night, you know?
Auntie, that's not the wheel.
Oh, that's funny.
Slash living room. God damn.
Kitchen, living room,
That's
bed,
some
everything.
funny
Right there.
shit.
I probably
What?
probably should have told Jess this before we got married, but like,
No, I
The camp?
know.
Yeah.
and it's not just that we're not bad with money, but we give everything away. And it's like I'll get one leg up, and then the next thing I know, I'm just like, oh, why did I give that away? Or also, my solution has been, and surprisingly, it has worked really well in my favor. But when it doesn't, I'm going to crash hard. Is it seems as though when I'm at rock bottom, I've gone from like all of this cushion and everything's fine, and I'm down to my last $5. If I just ditch that last $5 and give it to somebody that needs it, invariably it all comes back to me. But it's like that's when I'm most likely to totally give up. Just I can't live off this $5. Maybe that guy can.
Right.
It's karma.
comes from.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but I'm not positive that
A little
karma's so.
reciprocity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because karma only works if you don't expect it to work. As soon as you start counting
If
on
you're
it, it stops
expecting it,
working,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, we've been cleaning.
Oh, I thank you for noticing.
If it didn't look different, it would be very sad. Oh, wait.
How much time we got left?
He's holding a mouse.
Well, you know what I did
Hour
yesterday?
15.
42, yeah.
Okay.
I was looking through that. Really, I'm trying to downsize.
Yeah.
And so I opened this box in my space in the basement where I have thousands of things related to art. And there were there was a chunk of time here when I was doing a whole bunch of 5x7 roses. And I was giving them to people for birthday cards and all that kind of stuff. So I look in there and I've still got 5 5x7 roses. They've been sitting in that box since. So I wrote on a chunk of paper, maybe nobody brought you flowers lately. Please take one. And I put them in the bus shelter for 500.
Oh, that's cute.
Very good.
So,
Right, and that's what we keep thinking. Like, if we like we're talking about like rogue Hank and Mickey somewhere, then we could just like screw it to something wooden. Oh my gosh, can we put them on your fence? Rich!
Yeah.
Well, just in the middle of the night.
Good luck.
Would that be good or bad?
Or scary. Maybe you'd be scared.
Did she affirm that or?
She said, we'll talk.
Maybe
Not
I could
exactly
take
a
down
yes.
stuff off one section of my fence and we could put this up. I think it's higher than the fence, you know.
It is way higher.
Way higher than the fence.
Well, you know what's nice is if you had some gaps, you could put it on the other side of the fence and you'd still see it through, right?
You know, that's a thought too, isn't it?
See Mickey's hat.
See him peeking over the fence, that would be kind of cool.
Cool/scary. In the middle, it glows in the dark.
Yeah, like, there's no roasting there anymore, but it's so beautiful.
I have this other Mickey. Yeah?
Oh, and did you see his self-portrait on that wall up there?
Yeah.
He's wearing a Mickey shirt. I thought that was so good.
It's so excellent.
Because it's such a like strong self-portrait, and then his like cute sad Mickey t-shirt like
Yeah.
it shows so much emotion.
Oh, I know, it's so perfect.
Oh, Rich, you're so multifaceted.
I'm not that guy again.
Not bad.
Not that Rich Teru again.
Bring back for I wouldn't do it if I had. But they have so much to get off that like, right.
This is fun.
Hey Sam. Shaking. I said hi.
I got a bunch of shirts.
That's right.
And lots of,
Book. Sweet. Is this for the auction?
bunch of shirts too.
Sweet.
Do one, just the one.
Okay,
price.
one's good.
One price.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of them.
What's the opening bid?
No, I got a bunch just a set price.
It's tough to do that at the auction.
Oh,
Do you got 3 sizes?
yeah.
Let's do 3 a week and we'll just auction them at, what's your base price?
30.
Okay, so are you
When-
wanting to sell it at 60 so you can get 30 or
Yeah.
start at 30 and see where it goes?
Yeah.
Which?
Sell at 60.
So what's 60? Okay.
And the opening bid
Do you
for
have
the
a
book?
small, medium, large would be the best way
Yeah.
to start that? Okay.
So that'll be-
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I had did you see what I did with my weight? Yes,
Right there.
that's a big one. I had a little one. Oh, I got it.
Hey, good. Good to see you again.
See you.
Luckily you're watching a special place.
Not working,
Lovely.
and just having a nice time.
Not working at all.
Not working at all. Is that,
I'm dying.
is
It's
that,
not
I was
working.
gonna say, is that stressful?
It's moneyless. Working in the shop, but without money, much money.
This ambulance.
I'm trying to pay for a cruise for 2 people.
What size is this?
What do you got? What's good for you?
Small, I don't know if there's
Trip to
medium,
Florida for
there's
me.
large.
Maybe
Okay,
per
let's do a
person.
small, large. Do you have an extra?
She gets the
I'll
time.
have to look and see.
So the way I do
Oh, there
t-shirts-
is medium in there.
Yeah, the way I do t-shirts when I'm here is I do like a speed round of t-shirts, and I'll just hold one up.
Saving like
Now it's easy because
crazy.
mine are all different, right? So, like
Trying to at least.
when you're trying to sell a painting, right? Somebody's got to love the painting. When you're selling a t-shirt, they got to love the color. It's got to fit, and they got to love the painting, right?
Yeah.
So there's a combination of things where you're going to want to have somebody who's the right size bidding on it. And so you could either set them at just like straight up, this piece is $60. First person to get it gets it. Or it could be like you put the bidding in at like $30. It might go for 15 to you. You know what I mean? Like, so there's kind of like methodology. You got to figure out what's your best way to try and move the pieces so that it gets in the right hands. Because you don't want somebody who's like an extra double extra large getting a shirt. Right? That won't help them. You want them
Go back to the
like when people are wearing my shirts,
probably family.
advertising, right? So, yeah, however you want to do it, you let me know.
That was me.
Yeah.
The cabin. Shoecock's birthday.
Well, I got lots of ways. Which one do you like? Let's try to start a small and an extra large or a large, yeah. And we'll put them up, and we'll even maybe let the audience decide.
I was just trying to get a name.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
You set this up?
Sam, are they all, are they all?
And what's your name?
Yeah.
I'm Rich.
Nice.
So like that one.
Good to meet you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jessica. Very nice to meet you.
Your eyes are closed.
Yes.
I see it.
You're driving?
Lots of people.
We're going to church meeting, right?
Oh, very good. Oh, it's your cousin? Oh, excellent. Well, are you having a good visit?
Yeah, I'm just here to support him for, we're gonna do the lawn.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
I haven't drank for 2.5 years. They stressed it too much.
You've told me about her in the past. Is that the same book?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no,
She does the
Yeah.
watercolors.
Manageable
I mean, the colors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Manageable.
Yeah. It's like the week in the morning. Not good.
You brought
Yeah.
that small one, right?
Yeah. Very good. What are you playing at that?
Wow. Where's all the money?
Wow. It's such a better one.
Okay, so I got a small, medium, and
Yeah.
a large.
Live on life's terms.
Yeah, let's do that.
Learn how to live
That's
on
work.
life's terms.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my plan, okay?
Rigorous.
Small, medium, large.
Show some rigorous
Okay.
honesty.
I start the bidding at $50.
Integrity.
If it sells for $50, I'm giving you 30 and I'm keeping 20. Deal? If it goes up from there, we split it half and half.
Okay.
So that way, what's your base cost? What does it cost to make a t-shirt?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Okay, but you're not gonna lose money.
Right.
Okay, we'll start it at $50, and after $50 we split it. Deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put these in the back. Back in the.
Oh,
These two. I thought there were big ones.
Yeah.
There's a big more than that big one.
Yeah, there is big ones.
Big one?
Yeah.
That's okay to start for now.
Yeah.
do you think?
like one extra, a big one. Would be good.
Like a double X.
If you want to leave one of every size, that
Yeah.
works for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll sell them as they go. The trick is finding the right person for the right shirt.
Because they can buy all of them for their family.
Oh, yeah.
For what?
Here. So
Like
this
yeah.
is
their
like,
family.
this is that one. That's if they teach, they would put all the way down. And then
Oh,
it's
I
like
wasn't sure how hard I needed to pull.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're more gentle than they teach.
I kind of like scratched at it a bunch. Oh, yeah. I see. Wow.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're so, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that you had started it. It'll be a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Hey, is Sky still here?
I love these.
Yeah. They're so
Mhm.
good.
Sky?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
This situation. Yeah.
Just can you peek around and see if Sky's still
Yeah,
here?
oh, I don't think he left.
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
We're all one, right? I totally know No. No vibes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm against that.
Words,
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, there's 5 sizes.
Okay, yeah, just leave them there. Are you sticking around tonight?
Yeah.
Get ready.
There's so much for us to learn through the person.
What's your name?
And we-
Oh, in that red
everybody
box over there,
needs
you tell me if you want the speakers. There's also a receiver for you, but I gotta get rid of them, so if you don't want them, I'm giving them to somebody
I've
else.
done paintings, tomorrow I keep on, I've done 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, does it mean something? Yeah, like, yeah.
Should I grab it now?
No, like, mostly watercolor and acrylics.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, I don't wanna tell stories, but,
multimedia,
one of the people
not
came in
any
here,
oil,
Guy?
but,
they were like
pretty much
distraught
everything else, but
over,
abstract and impressionism.
a breakup or
You know what
something.
it is. It's not-
And, I was talking about how I use records to keep myself
Yeah, I can
sane.
show you my most recent.
Yeah.
And this person was saying that
I mean,
they were just short with speakers. So I did put aside 4 speakers for him.
okay, well,
But
that's
now there's
something
2. Did you see them?
Yeah.
Do you like them?
They'll match with my desk and stuff.
Recently, I did this.
Yeah, and here's the
Oh,
receiver.
yes.
So
Hang on.
actually, most people I probably want to give a tutorial on how to do that, but I think we can figure it out.
Yeah, I did kind of a.
Oh,
See,
here she is.
It's very huge.
This is
Hi,
Jess.
I'm Jessica.
Yeah, reflective.
How are you?
It's very hard, large, like 4 by.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
painting.
I said that looks
Takes up a whole
amazing.
wall. It's like.
That
Have
is
you
so
guys
cool.
ever used a t-shirt folder?
Nope.
It's very nice to meet
Do you know what that
You're in
is?
California?
Unique.
Oh, they're not your thing?
Oh, that's so much fun out in here.
It's almost in a
I used to work at Thrifty's.
Where
The
is
t-shirt
it?
folder saved my life.
Oh, really?
You know what else?
Oh, that's funny.
I
I
buy it from
like
Thrifty's.
live for the few times
Did
I
you?
get.
Because the district manager came out and
But
asked
maybe if it was all the time.
to have
maybe I
interviews
would.
with each of the employees.
That's-
And then what they said was, is how do you, they said, we are second in the country behind the Gap.
Yeah.
Rich, would you like to meet my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Rich.
Hello, where are you? Where's your apartment? Oh, that's nice. What part of California? Oh, we're gonna come visit you tomorrow.
Yeah. What they were
Because
thinking.
we love San
Yeah.
Francisco. I hope that's not too presumptuous.
So interesting.
She's a keeper.
I know.
That was just a test. You passed the
We're
test.
riding,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're heading north on 14.
So I'm trying to paint people frolicking.
Between Rosal and Sandstone. And it gets really like quiet there. It's like, yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you.
And this
Your right side's deaf?
owl right over.
No, I can hear you.
There's-
Yeah.
No, which side is deaf?
And then
I can hear you because my left,
we're
my right
riding
side
around
is
and
That's
we
what I
passed down
thought.
14th Street, and I was like, this is the same place where the owl was. I wonder if it'll still be here hunting. And it was, and it flew over us the second time, and I like lost my mind. It was like
Yeah, I met her
the coolest
last
thing. It was like
weekend, over the
so I'm
weekend
trying
in
to
North Dakota.
recreate it.
That's
The owl
crazy how
flies
you
over
young
it.
people just
Yeah.
fly around all the time.
And
I didn't
like,
fly
just
there. I
picture that
rode my
happening, like, in
motorcycle.
Christy Mouse, and like-
My bike's running.
Yay!
Very open.
Finally.
Everybody's very accepting.
He also has
It
a
was, like,
motorcycle.
so quiet, like it was almost
I
like
I
I
almost
hear
did
it.
get my motorcycle.
You
Quiet
did.
Everybody
rings
is welcome.
It worked out quite well.
Yeah.
So nice.
Now I have a Harley Davidson.
Oh, you
I
get
like to feel
Yeah.
it's very
It's red.
relaxed, no pressure. You know, yeah. That's why Rich.
What time is it, Jesse, baby?
And Rich guys painting.
There's my motorcycle. It's with my lady.
Art teachers.
On a
They've been
motorcycle, you
running
have to
this
call her your old
over
lady.
and
Old lady. There's no D. It's old lady.
Your old lady.
Not
Old
a problem,
lady.
but a matter of fact,
Until she actually gets old, and then you never say that.
Yeah, because I don't get hit
it's not to make money, it's to support.
so much. I'm not. I had most of my water bottle. Yes, twice.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
She's taking care of me,
You're
making sure I drink water. I didn't eat since I ate yesterday, but before that I didn't eat since Saturday.
I've been
Oh.
coming
Yeah, because I forgot and I wasn't hungry.
8 years.
Right? So you had COVID?
Something like that.
I did.
Is that your first COVID?
I
Second.
know I need
Yeah.
support.
I have not had COVID.
It wasn't too bad. It was just a couple of days.
Yeah. Is it better? Like, are we evolving away from COVID?
I
Or
think so. Yeah.
Felix's mom had COVID?
Yeah, I
She
got a
was
lot
better,
last week from cousins. I gotta be sorry.
but I never got the COVID.
Yeah.
So I just like a reference.
It's not great.
And to be honest, like now would be a really good time for me to get sick if I was gonna get sick. So even when Felix was over and his mom had COVID, I was like, give me some of those pancakes.
You're not allowed to say that here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rich would say he can make it, get anyone.
You can make anyone an artist.
Yeah. That's amazing. How long have you been doing that? I love clay. I love clay so much.
I showed her your book.
Did you see? Oh, that's so nice. Sky said that he showed you my book that I made, the embroidery one. Yeah.
I was bragging about that. So she embroidered the whole thing.
Aw, thanks, Sky.
I have to do laundry tonight, but I'm leaving tomorrow.
Where are you going? San Francisco.
Brazil. Delta. I'm making money finally.
Is Brazil, did you say that, is that in Alberta?
Yeah.
Is it near Bonneville?
It's near almost nowhere.
Almost.
area.
Is it owned by the Brassos?
Who's?
The Brassos is a famous family named the Brassos in Bonneville.
I don't know.
They're kind of like the people about town, you know? You'd go to Brassos store if you wanted something.
Yeah, like get away from the scene.
It's kind of near Edmonton, not really though.
Like if you went to Edmonton twice?
A little bit to the. I was gonna say to the left, but to
Do
the
you know where
west.
Bonneville is?
Yeah. It's right by that town apparently.
How does she know?
How do you know?
He's wondering how you know that.
She's just super positive. That's
She's
a good
lovely.
positive mental attitude.
He says you're positive.
Positive mental attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, no temp.
This is the gallery.
You made it.
Yeah. I told him people are doing art.
Right.
There's more art.
They're closing in November, so that's why there's not much stuff in there. Closing.
Yeah, I might need you
They're
to
going-
me from
we're
my
going
phone,
online.
grabbing my pieces off the wall. You don't want to?
Oh, yeah, no,
Like, it's
wait.
just a weird habit I have.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, long time no see. How are you? Hold you down where they are.
Hey, Marlo. I'm Marlo.
So what? Nice to meet you. Marlo. Yeah. You too. I'm back. It's fine. In California. It's probably way nicer than home. Did you guys meet here?
Oh yeah, motorcycle riding.
It's
Yeah.
been like a year. I miss so much.
I know. Yeah, so we've been metal with.
So is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. How long has it been waiting?
It works.
It's gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, always.
Oh, you got some new eggs.
I did. Have you seen that one? Well, originally it was just that. But basically got the
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
One new. Yeah, I got him like 3 weeks.
Your voice is so deep.
I've done nothing.
Yeah.
I know, I have it. That's all I get. Yes. I mean, I hope so, but not for you.
She doesn't like feeling people's shit, so. I mean,
Not a problem.
it works out well.
I know, I just lost the spot. And it's going, it's just, I'm losing. It's okay for now.
It's going away.
Yeah.
Once it's visible, you gotta start shaving it, or else it becomes more visible.
Yeah. I've been keeping it short.
Yeah.
And my hair can't tell.
You've got the thickest hair of anyone I've ever met.
It's so beautiful though.
Yeah.
The hair. Where'd my girl? I mean, my girl?
She was the one that. She was at the main street. She was the one I did my therapy with. But at the time, Aaron was one of them. Like I.
Trust your spiritual self.
My dad was talking to me.
And accept.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Frosties, flurries,
They gave me a chance.
blizzards. Actually, I don't get anything but blizzards from Wendy's. Not Wendy's, Dairy Queen.
Yeah, you had.
You already met.
We have met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while ago. She's still here.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Doing it.
Enjoy every day, right? Enough. It's awesome, right? I do. What they are to your eyes, right?
Yeah.
You are
I mean, right.
Like just stuff in solar.
It's my second cousin up here.
Hey, how are you?
Let's just have a water. How are you doing?
Every time I say no to a
Oh, there you go. Oh, I love your Instagram.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, do you know what this show is? This is everything I've sold to Dr. John. So I'm one benefactor that this room and the other room, and actually the next 5 weeks. Is like for the last 12 years in my artwork.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we could just go around?
You can come online. There's a
I'm really good.
You still at St. Augustine?
Ambrose now, up in the northwest.
Oh, is that better?
It's really beautiful. Like it's
It's in newer school.
way newer. And it's like it's on the way to Riches School, so we get to carpool every morning, and it makes it feel like
Yeah, it's nicer.
And you check my
it just makes it not feel so much like work because we get to hang out in the car and we're listening to records. It's really nice. And the art room's beautiful. Like it's such a beautiful room. It's like the ceilings are like vaulted ceilings, huge ceilings. It's like there's so much light. It's so like I think it's one of the nicest art rooms in the whole district. Like this, yours has really nice ceilings.
My room?
Yeah.
I hate my room. I have a nice library.
But you have
the
nice-
library next door is world class.
That's true.
Like it.
Where's your school again?
St. Timothy. So
In
Cochrane. Yeah.
Do you guys live?
We just
a block
live
from here.
I know.
We live as far from here as the armory, just in the other direction.
I know. I'm just in Haysboro.
Oh, that's nice.
How's your mom and dad?
My mom's moved into like a care home.
Yeah, I knew that.
And she's doing okay. She wasn't doing great a few months ago. They didn't think she was going to be okay.
Really?
And now she seems to be better. She doesn't speak as much. She's sort of like, she can speak, she speaks really slowly.
Yeah.
So I've been like just getting by to see her about once or twice a week.
Why does it come back?
I don't-
Yeah. It's like that was
I don't talk to her too much. I just sit and draw with
No,
her.
I've
And
been
she's
showing
usually
off
pretty
my
happy.
just
You know, I
just
maybe for a while I was struggling to know how to communicate with her. And then when I was trying to talk, I was about age back, you know?
Yeah.
Sit and visit.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I used to do
There you go.
pottery for years in the class.
Yeah, you can feel great.
Oh, that's amazing. A friend of ours was
And then yeah. I follow your sister.
Like piece by piece.
I don't
Yeah, I was just talking. She's
No, she's here. A couple blocks away.
we were talking about pottery.
We're on a live feed, so I just.
Oh, got it. That's so beautiful.
We have film in our room. And
Yeah, I gotta look at stuff.
Kids, and like he has 3 wheels and I have 3 wheels. So we end up like I give all of mine.
Oh, you're gonna
to
look.
her
Yeah,
for
this.
semester,
You know what?
and then
Here's
he
the
gives
thing.
all of them to me,
The
so
pieces
we
that
get,
are up
like,
tonight
you know, it's hard to
are
have, like, big
the Art Rumble
big
pieces I
glasses,
bought.
and then we can get more kids
And
on
then
wheels, and
in the back
it's so much fun.
here,
But yeah, you
I
can-
have 10 years of my studio work that Dr. John bought. So we borrowed back all this work that this one benefactor purchased off of us. And for the next few weeks, I'm showing all my best stuff. Do you want to see what my stuff looks like, just in case? Here.
Sorry, I didn't need to.
Right? Yeah. Did you teach? Oh, yeah, I did. That's so nice. Did you teach here in Calgary or?
No, I did not make the island.
Oh my gosh.
I mostly did kids who were homeschooling. So that was, and there's.
That is so okay. We've taught at a few conferences and it's like unschooling conferences. So it's like parents who are like kind of like it's homeschooling, but it's like kind of almost like parents that are working together to like I'm good at math and they kind of like work together to make their own system and like hang out with each other so you're not isolated. So it's more like and so we've talked to a bunch of people. I think that would be a really great thing if we ever like retiring or like moving to a different space like that. That's kind of been always our plan because like the idea of working with like continuing ed, kids, like everybody. Like, there's so many plans that we have for like working a little bit more outside of the system, but like
So helpful, even seniors.
yeah. Oh my gosh, totally. We've been talking a lot about that. Like Rich's mom is like working through Parkinson's and like we're
Yeah, so is my
just
husband.
oh wow, like that's
Yeah, he's had it for 23 years.
oh my gosh.
We've got to learn how to
Yeah.
A long time, but yeah. So it's, Yeah, it's a very, it's does she have care?
She's in a space right now. She's not living in home. She's living in a space and like really good care. And yeah, like hopefully that sense of isolation too. Like that's a huge part of it.
Do you mind if I ask where she?
Providence. That is down on the south. By St. Mary's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is your husband like living in?
And she's living in town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. She did the program Alberta Health is for self-directed healthcare that you can do at home.
Oh wow.
And so we have help come in. So and it's been really good. He will have to learn to continue care vegetables.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that is so good. It's nice to hear that there's positives.
Oh, there is. Alberta Health is I salute them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like it's definitely like they're working. It's kind of like education in any of the small things. It's like with what they're working with. It's like phenomenal stuff that they're doing. That is so important.
We have an incredible care.
It's not lonely.
So.
Might be
Might be my spirit.
Oh,
My
that's so fun.
family members.
What else is showing up?
Yeah, so, but yeah, I,
They're all
I can empathize.
They're all
Yeah,
weird.
100%.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
That is huge.
I have a flugelhorn.
Okay, well,
And,
anyway, I'd love to see you
I'm
guys.
Jessica, by the way.
But I've just brought that back to my life.
Okay, I'll try and come down next week and
Pretty wonderful.
wrap my mind around it.
So,
Come and sit in.
Oh yeah.
no, I'm not there yet.
No, I know.
But Jess and I invested in some instruments, and she played saxophone.
Okay.
So we're really just back at that like honking stage. Like you could play.
Oh, but it honks so nicely.
So you were sax?
Is that a tenor sax?
Oh yeah,
It's so-
I love tenor.
I played alto before, and
I don't like alto as much.
I don't
I like the
either.
tenor.
I love that like bass sound that comes out. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Resonating.
But like shutting the gallery down also allows us kind of time to do stuff that
Other
we
stuff,
want to do.
yeah.
And then after the gallery closes,
Yeah, I was born.
we're gonna do this thing called the Isle of Ruth.
Are you? Okay.
Okay, so every Wednesday in this place, in this spot, not in this building, but in this time frame,
Yeah.
we go online, we come up with a personal place or thing that's deserving of attention, and we make them a piece of artwork and send it to them as a surprise.
Is that ever
So
new?
with puppets and singing and dancing, and that's why I'm learning to play the flugelhorn again. I used to play trumpet, but yeah. Just like a weird kind of like project where of gratitude, like so. One of the first episodes we're gonna do is this library we saw in Santa Monica over there that does like a Lego club for kids that don't have Lego.
Yeah.
And so we just want to like find people that are doing good things and pay attention.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are just you're so cool.
Thank you. I actually needed to hear
Now
that today.
that little guy, that guy in your, that's your son. Is it your son?
Felix, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You doing a minute?
Have you seen him play?
What grade is he in?
He's like a small grade 7, so like he was kind of like one of those split pairs where you could have been the youngest or the oldest.
Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah, right.
And so he went in the youngest, and he's way too small to be grade 6. But he's also like he would have been bored in grade, if he was still grade 6. So
Yeah.
it's a tough call, but like
What schools do you got him?
a couple months. He goes to Charter Connect.
Where's that?
It's in
Like
Lake.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
So,
church.
so his mom in Wildwood, and we have them half the week ish, mostly like the weekends.
Yeah.
Sneaking away from things.
Yeah.
And, she actually put him on the waiting list.
favorite trail.
I think before he was born, from the Charter Connect.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he went to the Calgary Arts Academy for a while. So he's always been kind of in the like that school system.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to. I'm hoping when he gets to high school, maybe he comes to my school. We'll drop out.
Yeah, once they get to high school.
Do you back onto like?
When he was at the Arts Academy, I shouldn't say this online, but math specialist, So she's kind of like, they're not really teaching her math. She thought I'd be upset, so she pulled them out of the arts academy, but I was like, well,
Indoors from.
art school's probably the last
There's
thing
one
we
house
need.
that I really like, they've got a
Getting-
gazebo.
We spent lots of time.
It's like kind of down, halfway down the hill, and you see it from the road.
Like,
Yes, you can see it.
it so happened about 5 years ago, I realized that part of my art career was wrong.
Yeah, the last time I was like.
Did you ever learn that the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, and you can't mix them? That's not true at all. And so I wouldn't have taught him that because it would cause him problems at school, but he overheard me talking about it. He figured it out for himself that,
He did his own experiments just back there. And he's like, what? And then he went in and like just told our teacher not happening. Like, it's just.
I wrote her an email
It's
saying.
kind of like when you write music and you're supposed to have all these rules. You don't.
Can I tell you it's.
You don't need these rules. I know this is how Beethoven did it, but.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with your other
Are you a Bob Dylan fan at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, so over COVID, I was kind of like went through a phase where I was like, trying to put on a brave face, but maybe not coping that well. Call a friend of mine. He's in DOA. He plays drums in DOA.
Okay.
And his band wasn't touring, so he was kind of going through the same phase. And we're just chatting about how because Jess would put a record on and I'd listen to it for like 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't take this right now. And I'd turn it off, I'd put Bob Dylan on. And so the only thing I listened to during COVID was Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash. And previously I hadn't been Johnny Cash fan. And so I contacted my friend Pat Duddy just to see if he could see him. And in this phone call, it was so weird because I was like, how you doing? He was like stuck to me too because he started telling me he couldn't listen to music and he couldn't play the drums and he couldn't think straight. And then I said, well, that's weird because the only thing I can listen to is Johnny Cash. He's like, I've never been a Johnny Cash fan, but I picked up a Johnny Cash album today. And I was like, that's weird. And he's like, and what's even weirder is I didn't tell you that when I say I can't listen to music, what I really meant is I can only listen to Bob Dylan. And then I said, well, I'm going to send you this book because I was reading Chronicles at the time, Bob Dylan's book on Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And he sent me a picture immediately of his bedstand where he had been reading Chronicles. And so this guy and we never really like spent weekends together. We weren't best friends, but at school we're like, and he has the same birthday as me. And so during
Jesus, I just like so happy.
the only thing he could be and this friend of mine saying was Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, and this book. And Bob Dylan would agree with me. Like actually what struck me was my mom had raised me to think Bob Dylan was an excellent songwriter, but he couldn't sing. And that was my opinion of Bob Dylan my whole life. And just because you believe your parents, right? And then when I read the book, well, there's a couple things. I have this poetry book. My wife and my publisher conspired to publish all my poems. It was kind of a surprise. I probably would have pulled out the line when I said, fuck you, Bob Dylan.
And it's like,
But I'm a
should
communist.
be
I'm not really a communist. I'm socialist.
save money to like do these like fun trips.
I wasn't a fan of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump was mouthing off and being like making fun of disabled people. Decades ago almost. And but where's this guy? Where's Bob Dylan when if he made his life on like being a political thinker? Where is he now? And when I read Chronicles, he kind of told the story about how he just wanted to write music. That was the music he liked to write. He never wanted to be a prophet. And everybody should just stick it. And I was like, wow, like my publisher published this book where I told Bob Dylan to stick it. And I just realized how wrong I was, but also he was talking about how he would intentionally mess up parts of his songs because he'd noticed that the country musicians and the folk singers would purposely go out of key to let you know that this is the important part of the song. And when I read that one line, all of a sudden everything I'd ever heard got switched on its side, and it was like, oh. And the same thing happened. Do you like the Tragically Hip?
Yeah.
I didn't for the longest time. I couldn't stand the Tragically Hip. And then, do you know the song Scared?
Yeah.
That song hit me so hard. Right in the middle of the song, I was like, I love Tragically Hip. And then I bought every album. And every single note of every single song and every single lyric sounded completely different to me after one line. in that sort of change.
Interesting.
Yeah, just rewrote my mind.
The shoulders too, everyone made fun of. So,
You just gotta,
Anyways, I don't
Yeah.
have language right now, but
that's so cool.
I started going to the gym.
so you compose music as
It's
well?
been 3 times.
Yeah.
Have you recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you? What
but
do
it's
you-
usually.
I started like 6 months ago. Nothing's changed.
Your
That's
voice
amazing.
has changed.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
I'm completely joking.
it's
We-
marching
we have-
along to Corral.
We put all of our
Honestly, I'm
savings
like, yeah,
into records.
I
That's
didn't
my
think you'd
medication.
met that.
And in fact, we
Yeah,
quit
it's been like
drinking, and
a
I
year
guilt-free
since
spend all my
I've seen
money
it.
on records now because I don't do it.
So arrangements for military.
Yeah, like we went to this estate sale and I found all this oompa music and I'm like, oh, I didn't know what this was called, and just like, you can't buy that because I'm Hungarian and I was tortured with it as a child. But I
You
love
won't
it.
listen to the phone.
Yeah, honestly, I remember as a kid, like, waiting forever for everything to happen. And now there's.
And that was that music.
Yeah, I
Would you
mean,
do that
I wrote
for
stuff for my school bands, because there's a lot of crap out there. I think I wanted, shape for chorales, right?
Yeah.
For young bands.
Nice.
Wrote, yeah, that kind of stuff.
I'm excited.
That's beautiful.
I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of like, I went in to find a guy who did drum lessons.
Yeah, for sure, like, it would be.
I forgot I tried to learn the drums.
I can't even
And
imagine.
I was like an adult, so I was like, okay, I'm an adult, and I'd like to learn to play the drums, but I'd kind of like to learn to play them in a way that makes sense to me. Like, I'm not a kid,
I can't even imagine what
and I'm just looking for a drum teacher that'll let me learn what I want to learn. I think he interpreted it as that as he thought I wanted somebody to just show me some cool drum fills.
I grew up.
So he took a really like negative stance towards that. When I did find my drum teacher, I explained to him what I wanted, and he said, "Go check this out. Have you ever heard of the rudimental ritual? The rudimental ritual?
Yeah.
It's a bossa nova on your feet, and up top it's all the rudiments. But it just flows together and it laces into Ellen Dawson's drummer's vocabulary. And that's all I did with my lessons. I was like, I just want to learn the, and he teach me a few other things, but I was just like, I just want to work on I don't even want to play with the band. I just want to play the rudimental ritual before I die.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so, but that was the guy I liked. The guy I didn't like, I remember he said, I was like, oh, well, I'd like to take lessons. He's like, well, first of all, you have to buy this book. And I'm like, oh, which is this book? He's like, that's my book. And I'm like, oh, you wrote a book? He's like, there weren't any good ones. I'm like, I don't think that's true.
When did color?
No, you might be right that there aren't any good.
No, I mean, I like there's good stuff out there, but
Yeah, I guess there would have been like a.
but you know, a lot of it's US.
Yeah, but was it the TV or it seems there
US big band. They're big.
Can I tell you something else?
You know, we have small bands, we don't have the luxury of what they have.
Yeah.
So let's work with what we have.
Oh, I see.
So if you don't have a clarinet section this year, let's move it into the tenor sound. Let's move this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
totally. Yeah.
like,
To be able to get adapted to different situations. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm always gonna be so.
yeah, we don't have 100 kids in band. Well, the high schools do, but you know what I mean?
Some, yeah, some.
You gotta work with it.
Yeah.
One California in the house.
Because I was just going to say was, and this is something I hadn't really noticed. My uncles on the Taylor side all have such similar physiology that I just like. I look at my Uncle Rolly and I look at my forearms and I'm like, oh, that's where I got my forearms from my Uncle Rolly. And then when my grandma passed last summer, everyone there walked right past me up to Felix and like, you're a Cassidy. And I was like, oh yeah, like actually, as much as like my son and my other son and myself all look the same at the same age, I think Felix has the, and I'm just looking at you, seeing it with my son as well. Felix is he's got, oh, and that's why you buy him a ukulele and he's composing on that day.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really.
I never even pieced that together. Here, let me show you. Can I? I wonder if I can. Yeah, let me show you him. This is his first day. He's like, Dad, I think they'd like to try ukulele.
So I didn't even know. Wow, yeah. I found,
She
she did well, 102.
Yeah.
15 years.
So I don't put the-
I know, that seems like a lot of work.
So this is a few weeks after
It's such a crazy.
he got a ukulele.
Like after
Using someone else's, using someone else's computer for your
You know,
pictures.
you know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, you know.
Yeah, that's basically what that is. We have a bunch of computers in my house.
Yeah.
And the wonderful pictures are so valuable.
Oh my gosh.
You know what's even crazier? You can't see the video.
And there's one of one.
When he's making the chords
Oh,
with his toes and his
I
fingers
know.
at the same
I
time.
No, I wouldn't. No.
I looked down at his feet when he was playing, and he's making the chords with his toes as his fingers. Well, he's not playing chords yet. But like,
That's
the
all you have.
strings that he's playing to make it work. I guess.
People will, there's like.
What would you call that?
pictures
Picking?
you can call your iPhone or
Yeah.
whatever.
He's picking with his toes and his fingers. But do you see the familial? Do you see it? And I was kind of like shocked when people kept coming up to him and saying, "Oh, you must be Marie's grandson, great grandson."
Honestly, I feel that way.
Really, eh?
a lot on the internet. Like, I feel like we
Interesting.
missed like kind of a couple weeks.
And so you had an uncle Felix, right?
Like,
Yeah.
last time I remember I was
And
still
that's
using
Marie took me on my first motorcycle ride.
Yeah, that's Marie, Marie, the
Now it's
oldest,
just
right?
so much.
No,
There's so much
who was
information.
oldest?
I'm actually, I know who you are. I don't even know most of my family, so like,
No, so
Like sign up.
there was Felix,
Rose.
are you not? You're Homer's daughter, isn't Homer and Felix brothers and sisters? Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
and Marie.
because that would be weird if I had that wrong.
Yeah. So there's Auntie Anne,
None of those people. I don't know any of those people.
Auntie
And they
Anne,
pinch my cheeks and I'm like, I don't know who this person is. Like, they look kind of
Auntie Anne, Marie,
right.
I just
Felix,
learned
and Homer. That was the four of them.
Yeah, the only person I really knew that knew the whole family like inside out was Michael Taylor.
that they had like bigger VHS. The smaller one.
He had everything figured out.
I never thought about how it worked.
And I used to always run into him and he would like recognize me before I recognized him. So he'd
Well,
see
your
him.
dad's into it.
It's just, I feel like even in the past,
Right. He found my sister.
Yeah.
technology.
Where's your sister?
We have an extra sister.
There's all this like.
We actually found her?
Her dad was
AI.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, is that, okay.
We have that
We have the
album.
record.
Did
Okay,
you bring
okay.
us that record?
Yeah.
Yes, that's, yes.
So Homer, my dad, had a baby with a lady in
Oh, okay. I don't
And back in those days,
Yeah.
she was sent in because she's, giving us a little bit of trouble. So we're sent her, she's gonna take care of stuff, when she was in grade 11.
I actually focus mainly on like.
Pregnant by my dad. So then she gave up the girl.
ChatGPT did help me.
What was your dad's job?
He was a draftsman. He was an amazing draftsman. There you go, the earth.
Yeah.
So anyway, but back then he was doing, like you have the Stampede, which is the A class.
Yeah.
Then you have the B class ones.
Yeah.
So you go to all the little towns. So he was doing that. But he had known her.
Yeah.
But anyway, she right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she had a girl.
Yeah.
And then she had to give it up. She had no choice.
Are you saying my dad's the one that figured that out?
Well,
I'm happy you're in Calgary with your cousin.
he found out about
Things like
it
even
because
Google,
she
yeah, be so
contacted
specific
my sister,
for what we're
Maureen,
trying
my
to
little
do.
sister,
Yeah, how's she?
from DNA.
You can word
Wow.
something in ways and get two different.
And
Oh, yeah.
and and Ray, right?
Yep.
He did Marie's DNA. She connected with Marie's DNA.
Wow. That's
And then he's the
crazy.
one, so she connected with Marie, which was actually Ray.
Yeah.
And then he gave them
I actually
engaged
just
my
checked
sister.
I lost
you know,
mine all last
and
week.
then I met her.
Wow. Was that surreal?
A month ago. A month ago.
No, about 4 years ago. 4 years ago. It was right before COVID. Well, so I guess that was longer. But it's just so cool.
That's too many people.
That's so interesting.
Like apparently, like my friends were laughing because we have the same box.
So interesting.
So she's older.
You should ask her if she likes Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I know. She's lovely. She's lovely. And so,
That's kind of how people.
but what he did was did more research on Ray, right? He did a lot more research on this. And she happened to be a really good friend of Felix's wife.
Oh, yeah?
They did the telephone. They worked at the telephone company.
Sounds like a novel, really.
Yeah, I
That does
know.
sound like a novel.
It just goes on and on, right? So like, yeah, interesting.
That is interesting.
I know, yeah, it's really good to.
Yeah, that-
I met her mother.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jane Jorgensen. So it's kind of cool. So she came here. It was really important.
Did you say, did she have a kid?
Some people might enjoy
She has
it, but I can
four,
imagine.
she has 3 boys.
Do you mind if I ask her kids?
Get a little,
The kids' names?
Do you know them?
like, I don't even like.
Let me look at them.
I saw to read where her.
Why are they going?
I met
I tried to be with him.
his one son's child plays. One of those names.
Riding my motorcycle.
With the ball with the
I
net.
decided to do an iron.
Badminton?
No.
Tennis.
That's 1,000
No,
miles.
racquetball.
Pickleball.
Scoop it up.
Lacrosse?
Look
Look at their
What the
mentoring.
heck?
A bunch of artists like
I'll
guessing
find
in
you-
ball sports.
I'll find you-
I'll look
find you the.
You know what I mean?
It does have.
I feel it.
So it was so cool.
And
So they
that's
came
how
here
I
for a
feel.
tournament, so I met them at the zoo.
I don't,
Cool.
you know,
So I met one
I
of her
don't
sons.
I don't care. Like, you know, I
Oh.
want to.
Probably a Jess.
But I don't
Secretly.
believe.
Is that?
Are you secretly painting Jess?
No, the theme was, what was French
Oh, yeah, it
for
was-
like poking fun or something, so I was trying to paint people frolicking.
That's probably bugging each other.
Jess and I are getting a little old for frolicking, we don't frolic anymore.
Hey, you can never be
Can't
too old for
burn,
frolicking.
That's why we were late. We were-
I'm not too old for frolicking, she's just.
Sorry, we were
Yeah.
frolicking. I love that. That should
Yeah,
always.
where they dog park, and it's like,
You were actually frolicking.
yeah, no, grass is like this high.
That is so
Sometimes we
nice.
lose the dog.
Wait, does frolicking mean what I think it means? Because I don't want to sound like.
No, frolicking is like happy,
Okay.
joyfully jump, like
What do you think,
jump,
Kira?
jump.
Be okay with yourself.
Good. I just met her for like a minute on
Sorry.
her FaceTime. The vibe was on point. She's very good.
It's so pretty. It's so happy.
I might just be biased.
It's so
Be
beautiful.
Yeah. The curly hair just gets
It's like looking at the picture that you posted. It's like,
Her hair is crazy tight.
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Very important.
Have I asked you this every time you come
You don't
here?
feel
Kevin
like
Whitaker,
I
the band teacher?
Yeah.
You get along
I'm
with
trying to
him?
draw the mouse in this.
I mean, we're. I mean, I kind of hang out by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we took him to Disneyland.
Did you? Jump in.
He had a heart,
Would the owl be scared?
Send it.
and so he can't travel on his own. And then he
There's duct
he
tape
booked us a trip to
somewhere.
Disneyland with the school.
Hey, Jess, can we borrow some?
Oh,
Oh,
so
cool.
for here, my 11-year-old wakes up with one eye open. He goes, "Dad, I can't believe I'm going to Disneyland without you."
Yes.
So I got it in my head I was going to
No,
have to
she
take
knows.
Felix to Disneyland, and then I said to Kevin, "I can't travel on his own anymore." Because the reason I had to go on the trip was I figured
There's packing tape.
I
I have
learned
some
how to
somewhere.
Okay.
restart his heart machine if he goes off.
And, yeah.
Oh my
Right,
God.
so I have like a cheat sheet in my phone for, you know, 0 hour kind of thing.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, and so we took him to Disneyland and we planned to stay. Like, I'm not that kind of person that would go to Disneyland. And so I ended up going twice this year. And we took him to Disneyland. But Kevin and I, to be honest, when I first started teaching there, I don't think he liked me very much. So it took a while to warm him up to me. But we stay up late talking about, because he teaches band a lot the way I teach art.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
So our art swing at school is pretty
Well, you know what? I love it when the band and the drama teacher get along.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful when that happens, and it's very rare.
And we do the opposite jobs, right? Like,
Yeah.
we started a while. One day he and I started classes, and I was like, "Oh, the band kids are gonna love this because I'm gonna give them so much freedom." And they're like, "No,
So
we want
stressed.
we want you to tell us what to do." And then he went into my art class and he tried to give the kids some structure, and they're just like, we do what we want here." It's so funny that the band is one voice and the art room is like each kid's working on 30 voices. So it's funny that I think in schools people generally expect that you would be on the same path. We have to come at things from different perspectives, but he writes all of and composes all of the music the kids play.
Yeah, there you go. Right?
And he writes his own plays. And then sometimes he catches heat for yeah, but he gets really frustrated at the other drama teacher because he does drama and band. And I think he's really innovating in both, right?
Yeah.
But he gets really frustrated with people that don't compose for us.
I guess not.
Like, just like
Like when they can get along and we can do a musical, it's wonderful thing.
Oh yeah. Strangely enough, he's been super anti-musical, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just he doesn't want to split his mind up that much. I don't know. I keep trying to talk him into doing a Muppets musical, and then the art kids could make the puppets, and the band kids could work on the. Because I think the Muppets had some pretty awesome orchestral pieces. And
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I just thought it'd be awesome if halfway through the concert the kids just busted in the puppet form.
For me. Yeah. You're gonna totally find that.
I still think it's pretty cool.
There we go. 2 working shoes.
yes, thank you for helping.
I can't get away from the numbers.
What?
Literally, I check my blood sugar. I'm like,
Actually, last night, Rachel, what time is it? 11:11.
yeah, right? Like every time I'm like, why? Every time I look at the clock, it's a number that I see all the time on it for what?
And actually, Felix was saying this, like, I just learned about a dog, and now that's all I see is that kind of dog. And I was like, was it Pomeranian? Because there's just one walking right by us. He's like, yes.
There's a word for that. It's called like Rikerson.
Yeah, because we're talking about Subarus, and now all we're seeing is Subarus.
My sister's a manifest in the door.
Here's my sister.
Yeah.
The one we found.
Oh, that's your new sister. Okay, I thought you were showing me one of my cousins.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Where are your other siblings these days?
My older sister Sue died.
I remember that. Yeah.
Literally yesterday. At 11:08, the back box. And then I saw it.
When did
My
she die?
brother, they've been estranged for years.
Yeah, that's me and my
I
family.
can't go anywhere.
Been estranged for years.
I have no ill feelings. It's just way healthier for me to not.
No, I had sent you
Is
this
this like going to touch them before? I'm like, where did I even see this?
That's
Like, where did you like?
that's
You're just a rabbit hole. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna
that's Marie.
like.
That's
what
We
someone
can
threw
chat.
that? Yeah.
my dad.
I feel like maybe don't go to
You know, look.
You might get locked
Go
up.
show Jessica.
I mean,
So this is my dad.
oh, like Felix, look at his ears.
That's my
Look at
dad.
that smile. That's, oh my god, that's so sweet. That's a sweet picture.
So that's Marie.
Yeah.
That's her brother Felix.
Oh my
My
god.
dad.
And all cars.
I'm gonna be creepy. That's at their farm.
You know, just like watch someone pull their shell.
I need your contact other than a.
Oh, that's a canvas. Is it a what?
No, it's
I wasn't sure if it was just.
Oh, that's I'll find it. I'll send it. I'll send it to you.
Oh, yeah.
And you can take it.
But
Do you ever? What do you use? Instagram, Facebook, email? Rumble House Live Art is our email.
okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Rumble House Live Art is email. Gmail.com.
Yeah, I went to the gym. So I was like, I usually toe walk 3 and 4 times.
So Brian, I think he's semi-retired and he works at,
my muscle do that more than
Oh, yeah, 'cause then they're doing different things.
there he is.
Yeah, it's muscle.
There's Brian, that's with our
It's
so
good.
Nice. Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's Jane Jorgensen.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the new sister.
Right?
and Elise had to do the same thing, which is like, do you want me to go into those numbers? No, it's fine.
Yeah, you can't.
They're old.
That's how I feel about this. Like, I didn't think it'd be a huge deal, and now I'm like, this is.
You can't even know, like, you don't
I know.
even think you notice, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So fresh, right?
There's my new sister, she met my brother Brian.
Well, but our house is like a year old.
That is,
Shading is like a week
and
old.
it's cool to see your faces. It's really cool, you know? Like, yeah,
Don't let my wife see Brian. He's too good
to
looking.
meet someone that is like.
Well, you see, he keeps getting accused of being who?
Of being what?
Of being who? Tom Cruise.
Oh, that's so funny.
I
Someone
always
said that
thought,
about.
I always thought that he looked more like
Oh, that's
Right?
The anchor is net.
There's really funny things. That photo of him in the newspaper my dad kept.
Oh, yeah.
Like auditing Camlets, like I'm going to touch them for free because I don't want to drive to Camlets.
And then, yeah, I got a new, my sister Maureen, they're in, Pickering, Ontario.
What did she do?
They're retiring. She works at Human Resources.
I mean, a road trip might be cool.
Yeah.
And you'd have to ride back.
Human
with that.
Resources and,
Give up gloves.
that's what my niece does too. So it's interesting because her husband, they got married
Yeah,
about
like
2
why
years ago.
Yeah.
Works for SoCan.
Yeah.
There was a fundraiser.
Yeah, and they take care of artists.
Very good.
Yeah. And then they just had a baby.
No, we just started doing
So I
it.
just got a
Oh,
new.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I
And I went and saw them
for like a
last
year.
year.
It's been like 6 months.
But I didn't go this summer yet because my brother-in-law just got a new job.
Where were you? How's everything going?
I've been working and
You always do such adventures.
being sick.
So, are you still teaching?
Yeah, I'm subbing.
How many? Oh, okay.
I'm subbing. I've done a few contracts because like they're so short of teachers, right?
Right.
So I did
So beautiful.
When did you retire from teaching?
5 years ago,
Okay.
and then I ended up doing like October to January at Bishop
We're
O'Byrne.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of that guy wanted stress.
And then when you let them sit, they like.
So
And
that
that
last
last the band teacher at St. Mary's had to try out,
Look,
so I
because I did was
worked at his school for a while. So just do contracts, right?
Oh, yeah.
I actually did a grade 5 at my own school.
Did you know that young man that passed recently?
Which one?
I can't remember his name. He was a band teacher. Just a surprise. He came in here a few times when he was really struggling. And then he was
Is he one of
removed.
ours?
Yeah, he was removed from the district and then passed away a little while after. I don't recall his name.
Okay.
But usually, like, I don't want to come off like a spy, but when people are really struggling, they seem to find me. And then they start unloading. And I'm actually pretty good at listening and not judging and not repeating. But this young man was, he's about my age. I shouldn't say young man, but he, I think he had a drug problem.
Are you talking James O'Farrell?
Sometimes you're like,
I don't remember that
Yeah, or
name.
like, oh, we're here, let's just stop by
I
there.
just remember
Like,
the first few times I met him,
actually, maybe I will.
he was described as like just a savant. Like everybody thought he was the like
This kid needs this.
the next John
And it's
Williams
like,
or something.
So let's
And
stop
then
by and then, oh, I also need this.
some rough things happened, and then he came in and he started sort of telling me about his troubles, and he started flipping out a bit. So I had to distance myself from him. Actually, you know what? There's that's part of my path where
It's the owl. I was like,
the first week we were here,
German and
this
probably
young lady
like
came in and she wanted to see me.
Right.
It was originally 12 years ago, 8 artists in a space, right?
Yeah.
Right away, other artists started showing up. And I didn't turn people away, but the 8 artists that were supposed to be in the space got really territorial. And so the first week, you're like, why is she here? I'm like, I don't know, she showed up. And they're like, she can't be here, we're here. And so the first week that we did, we called Mark out a second, and she's amazing. This one lady came in, she was really eager. The other artist was really upset. And so I kind of pulled her aside and said, hey, we're just kind of figuring out our ground here. Like, I'll let you know when it's good for you to come back. She was super
Next time I go, I can.
And then over the first 3 weeks,
I'm not even kidding.
more and more people started showing up that weren't scheduled to be here. And the 8 people that were supposed to be here said, you know, you can't really listen. So I'm like, screw it, I got the right format. I just rolled those in, switch it, come on in and take part. But it haunted me. It took me 6 years to find her. And I started working in an art store. And I was crying. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she like started crying because she was just like, oh, like you ruined my life. Like, and it's like that. So this young man that passed had come to me to talk about his troubles, and I'll stay up all night with anyone. The one barrier I had was that my school like crosses over. I got a little self-protective and I just started distancing myself from a little bit. And then I lost track of them. And then I was regretted having put that distance in because I didn't have that content. And that's actually when people are freaking out here. Right before I block them, I'm like, look, I want to be here if you really need me. And right now you're just using me for sport. So, not support, but for sport. When it gets to the point where I'm like, hey, if you push it any further, I won't be able to help you in this journey. So take a break from talking to me and go work on somebody else. And that was actually kind of a lesson I learned along that way because I really regretted losing track of that. In favor of protecting myself, right? Like he was kind of ranting on the social media. And I was like, I can't be connected to this rant because I didn't necessarily respect what he was saying, but I also deeply empathize with the situation. Right? So I cut that time, the social media time, thinking I would connect with him in another way. I lost track of that connection. And then 5 years later,
What is he like? What is the
like by the time he was just one.
I'm just gonna turn off the light.
Honestly, I think people just say that something hurts the weed if it's invasive.
And if it takes over other places.
Like dandelions are weed.
Okay, people at home, I'm going to turn off the live feed and we'll see you soon at 9 o'clock. Bye, Zach. Oh, and Zach, I'm going to send you the beach scene that you were like, me, and we're going to send that soon. I'm so sorry.
Oh, the Golden Beach. No stress. That's amazing. And maybe, something.
Some more. Okay, perfect. Awesome. We'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm so sorry for him. Like, she's 103. Like, you're not